Okay. And we want to start writing some code for that. So go on to the code section for the ball.
Yeah.
And we're going to rename it ball. So where it says sprite name, we'll have ball. And you can go ahead and duplicate that ball and rename it hole, and we're going to paint it black because that's going to be the hole. And we're going to have it be a little bit bigger. So you can go into the costumes, make it slightly bigger. And we can make it black. And we want it to go into the upper right-hand corner.
Okay. I'm gonna check the backdrops.
Okay.
Yep. And yep. Yep. Just check all the backdrops to see.
Yeah, make sure that it's not colliding with any of the red bars. Okay. So go back into the code for the white ball.
Both ball?
Yeah,
What?
the white ball in the code section.
Huh.
Okay, and we want to create two variables. We're going to call them speed and power. Both of them are for all sprites.
I'm gonna do I did ball C instead of ball B.
Oh,
There.
and power is going to be the other one.
Hey, not our. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, so what the speed does is basically it's just going to be how fast the ball moves.
What about
And the power, what
about the power?
Yeah, I'm getting there. The power is going to be based on how far away you click your mouse. So the closer your mouse is to the ball, there's going to be less power. But the further away you click, so if your mouse is really close to the ball, it's not as powerful. But if it's really far away, it's going to go super fast, super powerful. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
And in the game, we don't want it to be like way too powerful or not powerful enough, otherwise it won't move that much.
Is the power gonna be the speed? Is it more power, more speed?
Yeah. So we want to always set the power to be the distance to the mouse pointer. So do you want to try, we're going to go into when flag clicked, and we're always going to set the power to the distance from the mouse pointer. So since it's always, we're going to use a forever loop. And we're going to set our power to the distance to the mouse pointer. So that's going to be one of the blue blocks.
No.
And if you press the green button and just move your mouse around, do you see how that's a really large number?
Yeah.
And it's got a bunch of decimal points after that?
Yeah.
How do you think we could fix that so that it's no longer a decimal?
Round.
Yeah. And what can we do to make it not as large? Like the number, not as large.
Division or something.
Yeah, so we're gonna round it to the distance to the mouse pointer divided by 10.
This is Wait, there's still decimals. Maybe the distance to mouse pointer around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the whole thing rounded.
rounding. So rounding takes away the decimals.
Yep. So if you do it again, if you click the green flag again, you'll notice that it's always going to be a whole number now.
And it's not too big.
Yep, it's not too big anymore. So how can we make the ball actually move?
Move. No, not then.
Yeah, we're going to use another when flag clicked. We're just going to have it be separate from setting the distance.
If not down, then.
Well, we want it every time the mouse is clicked, not whenever it's down. Otherwise,
The mouse down is clicked. I think mouse down is like clicked.
What was that?
It's false when the mouse is not down, but it's true when the mouse is being clicked.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see anything else about saying if mouse clicked. Mouse down.
Well, we're going to see if the mouse is down and something else. We want to check if the mouse is down. Oh yeah, you're right with that. Sorry. If mouse down, that's correct. If it is down, then we want to set a certain speed.
Repeat until do we use this?
We don't need any more like conditional statements, but we are going to set our speed. Remember the speed variable? We're going to set the speed variable to the value of power. And we're going to have it point towards the mouse pointer. Okay, and if you run your code, try clicking it, see it doesn't really move exactly the way we want it to. And if you stop your code and start it again, you'll notice that the speed and power still stay at the same number that you had before. What can we do so that they always start at 0?
In front, directly under one flag clicked, put a 2 sets.
Yep, we're going to set both of those to 0. And we're also going to create a new variable called shots, which is the number of shots that you take before you reach the hull. So we're also going to create a new variable for that and set it equal to 0 as well. So if you see on my screen, I just created a new variable called shots, and I'm setting it equal to 0.
What shots for?
That's the number of tries that you have. So each shot you make with the golf ball. So we want to try, the object is to get the ball into the hole in as few shots as possible. Yeah, you can just call it tries. And it doesn't have to be a cloud variable. It can just
I know.
Okay.
I'm just playing around. Mom, let's play with Matt. Okay.
Okay. So now that we've done that, go back into your code for the ball. Okay. And we always want it to start at a certain position, so we're going to make a new when flag clicked. And we always want it to go to wherever it is right now. And for me, that's like 1. Just see where it is when it starts in the lower left-hand corner.
Same thing with hole.
Sorry, what did you say?
Do we do the same thing with hole?
Yeah. So once I clicked, we want it to go there. And we also want to set the size equal to 100, because when the ball goes into the hole, we're going to make it look like it's going inside by decreasing the size. So every time we start the game, we want to reset the size to be equal to 100.
For the hole or ball?
For the ball. For the golf ball.
Why does the size, why 100?
Because we want it to return to the original size, because once it goes into the hole, we're going to decrease the size to make it look like it's shrinking or going inside the hole. So when we start the next level, we don't want it to be that tiny again. We're going to set it back equal to 100.
I'm going to do 50 because I don't want it too big.
Oh, okay. You might want to make it actually a bit smaller than that, because it looks like it's like the same size as the hole, and we want it to be slightly smaller than the hole. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, and we want it to show. We're going to hide it somewhere else. And we want it to always be moving at the speed. So you know we made the speed variable? when we start it, speed is 0 until we click it somewhere. So forever, we want it to be moving at speed steps, because that's going to change depending on how much we click the mouse. So we're going to use a forever loop.
Wait, but what if when the ball spawns, it automatically goes moving? Oh wait, never mind.
We don't want it to automatically start moving because the person has to.
I forgot the ball speed already starts at 0. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
So forever, we're going to have it move speed steps, so we can take a variable.
Mine is ball speed.
Oh yeah, ball speed is what you have it as. And
Look, I have a ball that follows my mouse. The ball
yeah.
follows my mouse.
So what happens if you drag it all the way off the screen? It'll actually leave the screen, right? So what can we do if it's on the edge of the screen?
I'm not sure.
We could use an if on edge bounce, right? So whenever it's on the edge, it'll just bounce back into the screen.
Wait, but it's bouncing. This is the problem.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That's the problem. Because it bounces across the screen.
Yeah, it's bouncing across the screen. We don't want it to. We don't want it touching the red, right? Because if you touch the red, you have to go back to the start. It's kind of like a little bit like a maze. So.
But it bouncing is kind of too hard.
Wait, are you having an issue with it bouncing?
Yeah.
Okay, what?
It just bounces around the room, and it makes it harder to control it like that.
That ball speed to fall out towards. Let's see. Is it moving even when your mouse isn't clicked, or?
Yeah, like when I touch the edge, then it bounces and hits the edge and bounces and keeps bouncing on the edge.
Yeah, okay. So we want to make sure that the speed isn't way too much because it's much harder to control. So if the speed is greater than a certain amount, we're going to have it reduce the speed. So let's grab another if statement inside the forever loop when we have move speed steps. So right under that, let's get an if statement. Actually, an if else statement.
Why if else?
If else, we're using that because we want the default of the ball to be 0. So that's going to go in the else. But if the speed is greater than a certain amount, we're going to have it slow down. So in the else statement, we're going to have it say set speed to 0. Because when we're not doing anything, we don't want it to keep moving. And for yours, it would be set ball speed to 0. And then we're going to use inside the.
What? But then it's gonna stop simultaneously after moving, and the only way I can keep it moving is with my mouse.
Green, yeah, right now because statement, so it's default setting it to moving by the mouse click. So that's why statement speed is greater.
It keeps sending the ball speed to 0, and then the ball keeps stopping in the middle of the bat.
Yeah, so we can use the if. We're gonna do if it's greater than 1. If speed is greater than 1. And we're going to set the speed.
Note of California, calling again for the parent or guardian of on day.
And we're going to set the speed to speed divided by 1.05. And the reason that we do this is just to prevent it from getting way too fast. So use another green operators block here. Oh, we don't always want it to be 1.05. We're going to have, yeah. So use the division and then do speed divided by 1.05.
What? Do we round it?
No, we don't round it.
Why? Just
because it doesn't really, I guess if you wanted to, you could round it, but then it wouldn't be as smooth. And what can we do when it gets near, when it goes into the hole?
Next backdrop.
Yeah.
Next backdrop and go to its starting position.
So what we're gonna do actually is, if we want to make it look different when it gets closer to the hole, so inside the when flag clicks, right under where we set speed equal to 0, we're going to use an if statement, and we're going to say like if the distance to the hole is
not equal to 0.
What?
It's not equal to 0.
No, see at the very last line where it says set ball speed to 0.
I thought you said equal, not 2.
Oh yeah, no. Ball speed to 0. So underneath that, still inside the forever loop, we're going to have another if statement. Yeah, right there. So we want if it's really close to the hole and if the speed is less than 2. So what can we use for that?
Distance.
Would we use it? Yeah. Would we use an and or an or if we want both of them to occur? Yes.
And
so if the distance through the hole is, let's say, less than 10,
then
and yours still says mouse pointer. What should it say? Yep, distance to hole. And we want the speed to be kind of slower because in real golf, if you play it and you hit it too hard, if it goes really fast, it'll just glide over the hole. So we want, if our speed is less than 2 on the other side of the and statement. Okay, so distance to hole is less than 10, then ball speed is less than 2. We want it to smoothly move over to the ball, so we're going to use a glide. So we're going to glide to, and just glide 1 second to the hole. And instead of random position, yep, we're going to cut a hole. And we want it to kind of have a fun little, you have to get slightly closer because the distance is pretty short.
Huh? It's not going.
I think you have to get a little bit closer.
The distance is too small. I think the distance is too small. The distance might be too small. 10's probably too small.
Okay, we can have it a little greater. If it's less than maybe, let's say 15.
I'm just going to try 50. No, too much. Fine.
And to actually make it look like it gets into the hole, instead of making the distance really large, what we can do is change the size so it looks like it's shrinking into the hole. So
Put it.
we can do. So right under where you have glide 1 second to the hole, let's do a repeat, and we'll have it repeat 5 times inside the if statement. We'll repeat.
How come 5?
That would be, the repeat is underneath the glide. So it's glide and then the repeat is below it. Yep. And then inside the repeat, we want to change the size by -5 every time. So it looks like it's getting smaller. See that? It looks like it's going in, right? And then we want it to hide. So that's going to be outside of the repeat statement.
I feel like it's going too fast.
Okay.
I'm going to put a weight of 5. I'm going to try that. No, wait, what? I meant to do 0.05. Do, 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 do. No, a little bit still too. 1. Let's try that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I put a weight.
And then
I put a
outside-
weight 1.
You put a what?
Weight 0.1. I put a weight 0.1 so it kind of looks like the the falling animation looks better. Ah, the size is only 6.
The what?
The size is only 6. The size is only 6. My size is only 6. My size is only 6 when it gets there, and then it's my normal starting size is 35. My one, it shouldn't be going. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be at. It should be at. It should end in a 5 or 0, not a 6.
Yeah.
Because it's 35 minus 25. That should end at 10, but it's ending at 6.
Try running it again.
Boom. 10. Okay, that worked. It's doing good. Okay, it's going to 10 now.
Okay, but then it disappears, right? And then when you start it again, it goes back to the same size?
We haven't done that part yet, though. It used to be going to 6 instead of 10, but now it's going to 10. Wait. When it hides, it goes to size 6.
Yeah, because we don't set the size again until we start over.
But there is no set size. There's only or change size by 4 or anything.
No, at the start of your when flag clicked, underneath go to, you set the size to 35%.
Yeah. No, but whatever.
Okay, and so if you go through, it kind of just goes through the red blocks, right? But we don't want that to happen. We want you to have to go back to the start if you end up touching the red blocks.
I just need the color of them. Here. So color 0, color 0, color 0, color 0. So F. Do we put an F?
Yeah, we can just do it under a whole new when flag clicked, and we're gonna have it saved forever because we don't want it to do it just once. So if
Color saturation and brightness are both 100.
so if it's touching that color, then we want to slow it down. We want to have it not move anymore, and we want it to go straight back to where it started from. That speed equal to 0, good. Yeah. And we want it to, we'll have it go back to wherever you had it start. 187. Okay, so
I feel like if we put too much power, it might fly over the wall. Do you think we should put it if the speed is not too much and is not too high? Because I feel like it should fly over the wall if there's too much if there's a lot of power.
Well, let's have it just. But then how would we make it look like it's actually flying over? It'll look like it'll just go through it, right?
should just. Nah, I think that's a little too long. I can't even get over 25.
But when you do that, doesn't it look like it's going through the block?
I feel maybe do you think we should make the size increase too so it looks more like it's going over it?
Let's see what you mean. Yeah, you can do that, but then I guess then people would always give it a really high power just to make it jump over, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay, whatever. Oh, I got into this. Oh no. I'm trying to. Oh, yay. I got into this tunnel that I'm able to get into this tunnel with very little space in it.
Mm-hmm. Have you been able to get it to get into the hole?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember how we made a bunch of different backdrops? How can we get it to go to the next backdrop?
Next backdrop.
Mm-hmm. We can also use broadcasting, right? So what we can do is underneath the hide, right at the bottom of the really big if statement, we can broadcast a new message and we'll just make that message next level.
I'm gonna do next level. Next
okay.
Level.
New message next level. And then we don't want this to continue, so how can we stop everything that's going on right now before we get to the next level?
Wait. Stop what?
We would want to stop the other scripts in the sprite, right?
How come?
Because we want to stop the ball from moving anymore. We want to stop whatever's happening with the hole and give it time to switch to the next backdrop.
Stop the other scripts. They're not gonna do anything anymore.
Well, we're stopping only the other scripts in this sprite.
No, but the scripts have the codes.
So if you go into the stop button in the control, there's a few different options.
Into where?
In control, see where it says stop all? If you click on the little button in the arrow, see there's an option for stop other scripts. And
isn't it gonna make the other scripts not work anymore and not work even when it's finished, even when it's finishing setting up?
Well, we're also underneath that, we're gonna put a stop this script.
So we're gonna stop everything in this whole sprite? What? But then how do you get the ball to move again?
Well, what we're gonna do is once we receive, so it's gonna work because we're gonna update all the when flag clicks to when broadcast received. So we'll do that by if you go into the code for the hole, right?
Yeah.
So go into the code for the hole, and we had it always start. We always had it start at a certain position, right? So what we want to do is make sure it goes back all the way to the very last layer. So we're gonna have it move backwards like 10 layers, just so that we're sure.
Do move. We can also do go to back layer. But in the golf ball, I already have to go to front layer.
Okay. So then I guess you don't have to. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. But we'll go into the backdrops code. Like on the very right side, there's a part that says backdrops code. Or like stage. Yeah. So when the flag is clicked, we want it to switch the backdrop to the first course, right? Because we always start with the first one. Or level 1, I mean. And we're gonna have it broadcast the message start level.
Wait. Okay. So a new broadcast.
Yeah, new broadcast and title it start level. Cool. And then you remember how at the end of the code for the ball we had it broadcast next level?
Yeah.
Yeah. So inside this code for the stage, we're gonna say when I receive next level.
When I receive next level.
We want it to. Yep, we want it to go to the next backdrop. And we're also gonna do. We're gonna broadcast one more thing. What do you think we're gonna broadcast so that everything else can occur?
I didn't see next backdrop under there. Which backdrop?
See the third box down from
No,
looks?
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, you're fine. So what do we want to broadcast? If you go back into the ball code, look at. We would want it to broadcast start level, right? So that everything can start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna add that in. Broadcast start level underneath next backdrop.
Wait. Start, broadcast start. Hey, no, I meant duplicate. Oh! What?
Yeah. Because we want the. Let's see. Why do you think nothing shows up here?
Because we didn't do the code.
Because we have to change everything that says when start clicked to when broadcast start level received. And the reason we do this is because if we had when start clicked, it would only work for the first level, right? Because every time you reach a new level, you don't click the start button, right? Does that kind of make sense?
Mm. I'm playing golf. I'm playing the little golf. I'm playing the golf game right now. Deep.
Okay. I'm just going in and updating.
And now I go, like when we get to the third level and we finish it, it goes to the first level.
Yeah. So what can we do to make it stop after that third level?
One.
I think you broke up slightly. I couldn't hear what you said.
You won.
Okay.
And maybe it can
So
ask you if you and maybe it can ask you if you want to do it again.
mhm.
And then there's a button to do it again.
Yeah. So where can we start by? We can start by making a new.
Do you think we should make a level variable? And then go to the backdrop. And then change.
Okay.
How are we gonna make it so another screen shows up and asks you if you want to try it again when it's level 3?
So we can do if if the level is at a certain number. So when flag clicked, and then we'll go into the if in the control.
Wait, we need something to check it, to repeat it a ton of times. And
Yeah,
then
so we can just use a forever if, and then go into sensing. And in the green section, we can say if level is greater than whichever one your last level is.
I'm gonna make a screen for it.
Yeah. So if it's greater than, let's say, level 3, then we want to show the ending screen. And we can say like game over. Or do you want to play again?
I like marker. There's three. Oh, that was shift. You win. Let's check that.
And we also, okay.
And then
And how would we ask the user if they wanted to play again?
huh. Huh. We need something to I'm gonna forever check What if else?
If the level is greater than 3.
Ah, wait, we need to set the level to 4. I mean 1. I forgot to change that. Now, if equal 3.
Well, we would want it if it's greater than 3, right? Because if we are at the 3rd level, then
Oh, wait.
it wouldn't show us that level, right?
Do you think we could do 4?
Yeah. Well,
Should it? Do you think we can also do equals 4? Because it's only increasing by 1.
yeah, I think we could do that. But we also have to remember that we want every time the game starts, you have it set to 0 or like level 1, right?
What?
It looks like in the top right corner yours says level 0. It should be set to level 1, right? Because we don't have a 0 level.
What's that? So a level 1 because I already added it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't see that it hadn't been updated yet.
And we should also.
So if the level is equal to 4, we want it to switch the backdrop, right?
Yeah.
You want to try running through it and see what happens when you go all the way through?
Okay.
So it looks like your shots isn't updating. Every single time you click, the number of shots is still staying at 0.
No. I haven't done that part.
Okay.
We didn't do that part yet. We didn't do the thing with the shots yet.
Okay. So what we can do is every time the mouse is not down, right? We want the shots to be updated. So where we have the forever if mouse down,
What? Shouldn't it hide? What? Wait. Huh?
if you go back into the code for the ball, where you have, I'm trying to see where your mouse down is.
Hiding.
Can you scroll up maybe so we can see where the mouse down is? Oh, okay. Yeah, when I receive, see kind of your mouse is right next to it where it says point towards mouse pointer if mouse down. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna wait until the mouse is not down, right? Because we don't want the shots to continuously keep updating. So we'll wait until mouse is not down. And that's gonna be right underneath the point towards mouse pointer. Wait until, and we're gonna use not mouse down. Not mouse down, and then what are we gonna update?
No, change. No, I'll just
Well, if we have a repeat until, it'll keep changing it. So we want to have it wait until, not repeat until. Because see where you wrote not mouse down, it's going to keep changing the points, but we just want it to wait until. So we, like, the way that you have it right now, it's going to change the points.
If you do a repeat until and nothing in it, I have to put a repeat until and nothing inside it except the things in what it's repeating until. Then it's kind of like then it's like a wait. Then it's like a wait until.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but yeah. So do you want to try running it and see?
It's like when it's like that. Hey, why does it keep teleporting? Why does it do that? It keeps teleporting the ball to me.
I see.
Oh,
Does it maybe have an issue because you have an empty statement?
No, that's not the problem. The problem is that if I hold, whatever. I'm gonna just do it in full screen so it doesn't teleport. Yeah, it in full screen doesn't teleport. When you do it in full screen, it doesn't teleport.
If you wait between each, okay. So try clicking on wherever you want the ball to go, but then wait for a few seconds to see if it'll stop moving. Okay, cool.
No, all my shots!
Oh, see how it's going negative?
Yeah.
We've got to fix that, right?
I'm trying to make it into negative 100.
Okay. I guess that would be funny, but it won't work, right? If we have it negative, we got to make sure that every time when it starts over, it has to start at 0. It can't be less than.
Yeah.
So maybe we could have it if touching color, we would want to set the shots back to 0. So that could just go underneath the go to.
There.
And we want the shot. Oh, okay, you're gonna have it.
I just duplicated everything in here, and then I just deleted all of this, and that I put in there.
So, do we want it to say a certain message when we get to 0 shots? Because you run out of tries when you get to 0 shots left, right?
Yeah, I feel like we should just restart it. I feel like we should just restart it.
Okay, so if shots is 0, we're gonna set it back to its original position.
Yeah. Yeah, so if shots equals 0, then it just, do you think it should restart the levels too or not? Or just
I think it should restart I see, like bring it all the way back to the first level. No, I think you could keep it at the same level, just have them start from the starting again, but at that same level. So if they're at level 2, they just have to stay at level 2. They don't have to start all the way back from the beginning of the game.
I think I have some room in there. No, not later. Dun, dun, dun.
And your variables are at the very bottom.
I know. No, not the very bottom. This is the very bottom.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I meant the second from the bottom.
Over the bottom. On top of the bottom. On top of the bottom. On top of the bottom. That's on top of the on top of the bottom. Bottom on top of the bottom. On top of the on top of the bottom. On top of the on top of the on top of the bottom.
Yeah. But yes, you were looking for the variable, and it's right there in the orange ones.
I'm just gonna duplicate all of that, and then I'm gonna delete all of that. That's my way to do it. Get it, and then delete everything under. Like I duplicate it, and then I delete everything under it.
Wow. But you know that you can go to the motion bar, right? You don't have to always like.
No, but the duplicate and delete under is faster. I feel like it's faster for me.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So let's try running it to see what happens when you run out of shots.
Yep, it works.
Cool. Should we have it send a message? That way the user knows that they have to restart the level. So maybe when the shots is inside that if statement, you could have it say something.
Do you think I should make us get a sprite to tell you?
You could just have the ball tell you.
No.
Like you could just make it a speech bubble.
Oop. How is there no golf thingies? There's nothing golf here.
What are you looking for? Oh, a golf, like a.
I'm just looking for something to say, but there's nothing for golf in here, so I have to do something else. I'm looking for something to use. There's nothing for golf. There's nothing golf in here.
Yeah, I don't think you'll find anything. You could just use any other sprite.
That looks good.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to have that say? We want it to say that it's restarting the level, right?
I feel like I want to do a broadcast out of shorts.
Okay. And we only want it to show when a message is broadcasted, right?
And I'm just going to save a ton of go-tos so you don't have to get into the position. I'm just going to save a ton of go-tos.
Okay. But you could just get them from the regular.
Them so I don't have to. No, but I don't. But what if the robot's not in the right place?
Okay, so what we can do is go through all the backdrops and look for a position where we can just have it be where the hole is. Because the hole is never touching any of the red bars, so we can just have it go to where the hole is.
No, it's supposed to be coming from. No, it's not supposed to come from the hole. It's supposed to come from the top of the screen.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So. Yeah. Oop, I forgot to show. Ooh, how come he's not moving?
Glide 1 second. Okay. Oh, okay, because it's taking 1 second in between each gliding statement, so you can just have it glide for a shorter amount of time, so that it looks a little smoother.
Then it's glide 1 second to negative. What? It's not the gliding. It's not the thing. It's not the. I don't think it's the gliding.
Wait, what are you trying to have it do?
Like when it goes, then it goes from the top, glides, and then goes back up there.
Oh, okay. You could have it do an if on edge, you could have it bounce.
No, but it might bounce to the wrong location.
You don't want it just going anywhere. You want it going all the way back top. I see. Okay. So
I want it to go to x0, and y negative 45, then go to x0, y0.
but it looks like it's doing that. Because it goes down and then it comes back up.
Look. But it's no, but the robot's not moving when it appears at the top of the screen. just stays there, then it only, and the glides only work when I click the flag again. See?
Oh, okay.
That's the problem.
Do you have a stop all scripts whenever it touches the red? I think you have a stop somewhere.
There is no stop all scripts anywhere.
Oh.
Ball can still move. Look. When the shot, it's not moving, but the ball can still move. The shots still go down.
Okay, so we'll have it say if shots is.
It only starts when it goes to the next level or something.
Are you doing it when you receive out of shots? Okay. And when do you broadcast the out of shots message? Is it
when shots is less than 1? When shots is less than 1.
okay?
It doesn't move when it appears.
Shots show. You could just have it show at the position where you want it to end up at.
No, but I want it. No, but it's kind of like a flying, but I want it to kind of glide down, then go back a little bit up, and then say it. But the glides aren't working properly. Hold on. I'm gonna restart this page. There. Is this gonna work? I saved it, then I used it. Okay, so to fix the problem, I just had to save it and then restart the win, and then click. I just had to save the code and refresh it.
Oh, that's strange that it didn't update it by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to run through the game, see if. Oh yeah, we actually want to have it say you run out of shots.
So, and that's going to be 4 seconds. And we also need to
shots, and it starts the level back over again.
Yeah, that it works now.
Yeah, that's great. So, do we want to check if it does it at every level? So right now it does it when we get to the first level. Let's see if it does it when we reach the second level. Okay, and then run out of shots here.
It's not working.
Okay, I think, let's see.
But it's in forever. Do you think I should put it in do you think I should put this somewhere else?
I think you should have it under one of the start levels.
Okay. Should I put it here or here?
Let me look.
Which one?
I think either one is fine.
Okay. Do this. Huh. There. Short. Hi.
You're out of shots. Okay. And then this time advance to the next level.
I wanna do it, so I think I'm gonna have it another glide. No. Don't do it right after I add it. I want to glide back to where it was. So that's gonna be in total 5. So 5 seconds. Yeah. What? It's not. Oh wait.
Well, it's because you have it glide all the way back up to where it came from, so it's going to be
There.
Yeah.
And then it glides back up, and then it goes back up. So that should do it. That should do. And then now I just need to see if it works on the other levels. Go in! It worked on this level.
Okay, so it worked on level 2.
And it goes back up. Great, it works on every level.
Okay, perfect. You win. Okay, and do we want to have them try to make it play again?
I think I'm gonna put that in too. There. You win! I think it didn't work on the other levels when I did flat click because of this. Right.
Because, what does that say? Stop other scripts in Sprite.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why.
Okay, and do we want to add a play again button or?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But
Oh, I think you missed it. It was just slightly more up.
okay. I can't even see it.
It's because you have white text, so you're gonna
Play again.
Okay.
Go to.
Well, in the if statement, what are we gonna put? It's gonna be something from sensing.
No, wait, hold on. No.
Well, because if we want it to be, if it's at a certain level.
We also need it so because if we click it, because we might click it when it's hidden, and then it's gonna restart. So we need this too.
Well then, maybe we could have it only appear when there's a message broadcasted, not when the flag is clicked.
Hold on. I'm doing something right now. I'm doing something to control if it hides or not right now. There. And then we could put it if do we do a if else or if for the shots thing for if it's clicked. I think we do if.
You would be doing an if thing.
Yeah, that's more. And then we're gonna have to have it here. Then what's the broadcast?
It's broadcasting the start level. But you want it to say,
So we should broadcast start level. Hide broadcast start level set level to 1. And there should be one more thing. Oh yeah, the backdrop. Switch backdrop to level 1. I'm just gonna rename this. One screen. Is this gonna work? I'm gonna try it. Continue.
okay, try pressing the button.
Yay! What? Oh, that was weird. There. It worked.
We can have it wait 1 second because it looks like right after you click, it immediately starts moving the ball again. So for the first level, you can just have it wait a second before it starts moving the ball.
Where?
So when you receive start level, okay, so it says when you receive start level, if the level, just have it wait for like 0.1 second.
Wait a little bit.
No, on the golf ball, because we're doing this to control the golf ball's movement.
Where? Here?
Where is your mouse? 1 second.
Here?
Yeah, we can just have it wait 1 second,
I'm gonna do
or maybe less than a second, because that might be kind of long.
0. Hey, do you think to be 5 or 25?
I think that should be fine. Okay, so it's good. It looks like it waits for you for like a second.
What? What? It's still
I receive. When you click the play again, does it broadcast start level?
Yeah.
Okay.
It broadcast.
Broadcast start. Okay. Go back into the golf ball. Maybe let's have it wait a little bit longer.
0.
It looks like it's still.
What's this? What? What?
Wait. Go to.
I think we should. Do you think
Where's the part where you go to where the mouse pointer is? Okay.
there is no go to, but there is a point.
Before the movement, you can have it wait until the mouse is not down. That way, it doesn't start moving once you've clicked the start button, like immediately.
Hope this works. What? The shots is not changing. There's a problem.
Oh.
The shots is not changing.
Where do you update the shots? I don't think you update it anywhere. So every time the mouse isn't down, we need to change shots by -1.
Oh, I think I might. I think I meant to duplicate that. I think I was supposed to duplicate that. I was supposed to duplicate that, not move it. The problem is that I forgot that I was supposed to duplicate it.
Oh, I see. Now that you've said it.
Get in. There. Now, what? Wait a second. It still went like that.
Maybe have it wait a bit longer.
There is no wait here. There's no wait.
Then have it wait a second.
Maybe wait 0.75. Ah, I didn't mean to duplicate that. What?
It's because you kept clicking.
Oh, I I forgot about the shots. Yay! Yeah, what? It's still moving.
Okay, let's see why it's doing that.
Let's check this too. Well, I think I know why. Because the stuff in this isn't stopped until the stuff in this isn't stopped until I click this button, but when this button is clicked, it's also I think this code that interacts before this code that goes, and then when it spawns, I think this code starts before this code because these scripts aren't stopped, and I think this code would, when we click this, because we are clicking, pushing our mouse down, this code would run when this code runs, and then it moves when it restarts, and then it starts, and I think that's why. So maybe we should do something to stop these when it equals 4.
Yeah, so you could have it like when it resets it back to level 1, you can have, if it's at level 1, you wait a few seconds before you wait a certain amount of time before starting the movement.
No, I think I know. I think I know. I think I know what to do. So I can have a forever. Greater than 3. I'm too lazy to change it to equals 4. And then stop the scripts. I think this should do. That should do it. That should do it. That should do it. Let's see if it works. So the script should be stopped. What? It's still moving? How?
Did it move? I don't think I saw it move.
I know it was moving. No, like the shared screens are kind of laggy when things move, but it was moving very fast, so the lag didn't have enough time because the ball is moving very fast. Then the lag didn't have enough time to stop the wait, because the lag kind of makes a wait between all the movements in the like the lag when you're watching the shared screen.
So do we
very fast, so there was a wait between the lag. So the lag's wait had like its wait was over the time the ball had to use to run very fast and crash into the red thing.
So we would want to have a wait, right?
Shared screens lag. Shared screens lag.
Okay.
I'm watching the shared screen on this type of like share because it's like so the shared screens on this communication app lag
Yeah.
movement. Like it would kind of be
Oh,
like
so yours was working. I was just seeing it slower.
mm, mm. Like the ball was too fast, so it was fast. So it took less. So it took less time than the wait between the lag's movement. Than the wait between the lag and movement in the share screen. So I think that's why you couldn't see it moving.
Oh, okay. I got it.
But I saw it moving very fast.
Okay. Let me see. How can we? Try running it one more time just so I can see the speed of it.
It might lag. I think the lag might put a weight while it's moving very fast though. Is it lagging? Is the shared screen, does the shared screen lag?
I think it does have a slight lag.
Yeah. Like,
Oh yeah, I did see it go really fast.
yeah, you did?
Yeah, I saw it hit the wall and then it came back. So to fix that, but you have it waiting until the mouse isn't down, right? So it shouldn't even be moving if your mouse isn't down.
What?
Because you have the repeat until not mouse down, so it shouldn't be moving if you haven't clicked it yet.
Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm gonna see what happens if I put a short wait here. I'm gonna see what happens. It's just to see if it works. It's just to see if it works or not. It might not. Just gotta get through this. This is the place where. Yep. That worked. I think that works.
Okay, perfect. So it looks like we're pretty much out of time. Is there any last things that you had, or any last questions that you had about it, or is there anything else you wanted to add?
No.
Okay. Well, that's everything for today then. So
I didn't realize I was too focused on scratch. I didn't realize it's calcium still. I'm gonna go get a baby. Okay.
So yeah, we're all good then.
Okay. So I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'm gonna unpin the screen. There.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.